The importance of will and moral courage.
A good rational moral decision is not always executed. It is one thing to know a good moral act, and it's another to actually execute it. Often, what is lacking is the moral courage, which necessarily involves the concept of will. In morality, therefore, well, it's essential just as reason is significant.
Moral courage means doing the right things even at the risk of inconvenience, ridicule, punishment, loss of job, security, or social status, etc. Moral courage requires that when we arise above the apathy, complacency, hatred, cynicism, and fear-mongering in our politics systems, socio-economic division, and cultural religious differences.
Moral courage demands us to make judgment about what behavioral acts are supportive to our ethical ideologies or highest ideals, and which ones are destructive. Moral courage will require us to recognize our responsibilities, be accountable to the consequences of our own actions.
A pertinent concept is that of willpower. It refers to the inner strength to make a decision, take action, and handle and execute any aim or task until it is accomplished, regardless of inner and outer resistance, discomfort, or difficulties. It bestows the ability to overcome laziness, temptations, and negative habits to carry out actions even if they require effort and are unpleasant and tedious or contrary to one's habits. Having moral courage and will means doing the right thing, which may include listening to our conscience. Disregarding our conscience may lead to feelings of inadequacy, guilt, and diminished personal integrity. For parents, using willpower usually demands to put aside compelling but momentary pleasures or comforts to set a good example for their children.
One sense of the concept will refers to the faculty of mind which chooses, at the moment of making decisions, the strongest desire from among the various desires present. Will does not refer to any particular desire, but rather to the capacity to act decisively on one's desires. Within philosophy, the will is important as one of the distinct parts of the mind, along with the reason and the understanding. The German philosopher Otto Schopenhauer explained that when we become conscious of ourselves, we recognize that our essential qualities are endless arguing, craving, striving, wanting, and desiring. He said that these are the features of the which we call our will.
Develop and practice self-discipline. The concept self-discipline involves the rejection of instant gratification in favor of something better. Ethically applied, it may refer to the giving up of instant pleasure and satisfaction for higher and better goals, such as executing a good rational and moral decision. Developing real and moral courage includes developing self-control. It includes nurturing the ability to stick to action, thoughts, and behavior, which leads to moral improvement and success. It encompasses endowing the inner strength to focus all the energy on a moral goal and persevere until it is accomplished.
Do mental strength training. This method is never reserved for a few special people. One of the simplest and effective methods under this mental strength training involves declining to satisfy unimportant and unnecessary desires. Everybody is normal confronted and tempted by an endless stream of cravings and temptation, make of which are not actually important desirable. By practicing to refuse to gratify every one of them, a person to become courageous and stronger.
The following examples: mental strength training. Don't open your social media accounts for a day or two. Drink water or juice in spite of your desire to have beer or liquor. Avoid chatting with your gossipy friends. Go to sleep an hour before earlier than usual for a week. Resist the desire to gamble.
Draw inspiration from people of great courage. People usually admire and respect courageous persons who have won great success by manifesting discipline and willpower. Of these include people in walks of life who share willpower and moral courage, overcame difficulties and hardship, improved their moral life, advanced on their spiritual or moral path, and be worthy in imitation.
Repeatedly do acts that exhibit moral courage and well. Practice makes perfect. If one wishes to nurture the moral courage and well, must strive to do the acts that manifest them whenever opportunity allows it. Here are some examples of acts that exhibit moral courage and well. First, helping someone push a cart, even if it means being late. Second, standing up to a bully on the playground. Third is picking up litter. Fourth is doing homework or chores without being reminded. Fifth is refusing to listen to a repeat lesson. Sixth is practicing what you preach even when no one is looking or knows. Seventh is turning in a toy or a wallet to the lost and found. 8 is giving all students an equal voice regardless of race, socioeconomic status, religion, gender, or sexual orientation.
Avoid deeds that shows lack of moral courage and will. This involves evading acts that show irresponsibility, cowardice, apathy, rashness, imprudence, ill will, and wickedness. Here are some examples that shows lack of moral courage and will. First, walking away from someone in need. Second, taking more than your fair share. Third, laughing at someone's misfortune. Fourth, grabbing the spotlight from someone who has earned it. Fifth, placing too much reliance on the letter rather than the spirit of the law. 6. Remaining silent in the face of wrongdoing or injustice. 7. Rationalizations or justifications for action or lack of action. 8. Being inconsistent or capricious with children. 9. Choosing the sides after seeing which way the wind is blowing. 10. Breaking a promise. And 11. Lying or cheating.